Adapting the Socratic Method for preschoolers. Preschoolers are naturally curious and they're eager to explore the world around them. So, the Socratic Method can harness this curiosity by encouraging them to think more deeply about what they see, what they hear, and what they do. Here are some strategies for using the Socratic Method with really young children. Start with everyday situations. For example, during snack time, you might ask, "Why do you think those apples are crunchy?" You can use everyday situations and even familiar objects as basis for your questions. Using these concrete experiences help children to connect a question and feel confident in exploring their ideas. Encourage them to think about their senses and their observations, such as taste, texture, and even sound. Use simple and clear questions. For example, while playing with blocks, you might ask, "What do you think will happen if we stack more than one block on the top?" Try to keep your questions very simple. Focus on the child's immediate environment and their activities. Avoid complex language or abstract ideas or theories. The goal is to prompt children to think about cause and effect, to make predictions, and to experiment with their ideas in a hands-on way. Encourage exploration and discovery. For example, on a nature walk, you could ask, "Why do you think the leaves are green? What do you notice about the trees?" So encourage children to explore their surroundings and ask questions about what they see. When they start to pose a question, respond with another question that prompts them to think more deeply. This back and forth is going to help them to develop their ability to observe, to hypothesize, and to make connections. Foster a positive and supportive environment. For example, if a child is unsure of their answer, you might say, "Well, that's an interesting idea. What else do you think it could be?" Create an environment where every answer is valued. Children need to feel safe to express their thoughts, praise efforts, even if the answers aren't correct, and use responses as opportunities for further exploration. This builds confidence and encourages a love of learning. Use play to stimulate thinking. For example, during imaginative play, you could ask, "What would happen if the toy car went up the ramp?" Or, "How can we make it go faster?" Incorporate questioning into playtime. This is very important. As children engage in imaginative or constructive play, ask questions that encourage them to think about cause and effect, problem solving, and creativity. Play is a natural context for young children to explore ideas and to test their theories. Encourage discussion, even though they're young. For example, after reading a story, ask a bunch of children, "What do you think the bunny will do next? Why do you think they would do that?" Encourage children to share their ideas with a group and listen to each other's thoughts. This helps to develop social skills like listening, taking turns, and respecting different viewpoints. It also allows children to build on each other's ideas and to think collaboratively. Ask questions that encourage reflection. For example, after painting, you might want to ask, "Why did you choose to use so much blue?" Encourage children to reflect on their choices and their actions. This not only helps them to articulate their thought processes, but it also promotes self-awareness and decision-making skills. Reflection questions can be simple and should relate to the child's experience or their feelings during the activity. Incorporating the Socratic Method into preschool activities or classrooms can significantly enhance children's natural curiosity and critical thinking skills. This approach not only nurtures intellectual growth, but it fosters a lifelong love of learning, setting a strong foundation for future academic and personal success.